white men, well, white people in general, but white men specifically in Canada, are not only not welcomed, but are genuinely hated in this country. So Harrison Faulkner, I believe he still works for True North News. True North, I think I'm getting my news stuff mixed up. My apologies. He does some great stuff. He did a fantastic YouTube video a while ago, Winnipeg, the most dangerous city in Canada. Great watch if you haven't seen it. But he had a report explaining how our emperor, who has now locked in his majority, by the way, we got 3 more years of this, so hope you're surrendering to it and getting used to it, because you have no choice now. But he came out and they announced the Summer Youth Job Program. Now, youth unemployment is at an all-time high since the scamdemic at, I think, 15%, just under 15%, which for Mark Carney and the boys is just a little bit too high, so we got to change it. What do they do to change it? Well, the Summer Jobs Program is 100,000 jobs spread out amongst various different employers. You can apply and get your chance at a start, because the youth are having a hard time getting jobs. Almost 1 in 5 youth are out of work. No money coming in. Staying at home in mom's basement, not starting families, not reproducing. That birth rate is only collapsing. So Mr. Carney says we need to fix that. And if you go to this website for the Summer Jobs Program, you go and click on it, apply for a job. We will be prioritizing youth facing barriers. Oh, well, that's interesting. What kind of barriers are we talking about? Click on the barrier link. Well, if you're black, if you're indigenous, like myself, if you're part of the alphabet soup crowd, or if you are disabled or gay, you will be prioritized. At no point in the list does it say white Canadians. So if you're, well, let's call it for what it is. If you're part of the majority of the tax base that are funding all this stuff and all this DEI, which if you didn't know, DEI stands for didn't earn it, and all of these initiatives that are literally collapsing the economy, it is being funded through your tax dollars. Well, reckless taxation, reckless spending, big deficits, you name it, and importing the entire third world to replace you. Now, a couple thoughts came to my mind, and I saw some comments in the comment section of this stuff, and the first one was, well, Pierre needs to fight back and call Mr. Carney to account. I don't know if you know this or not. Pierre needs their votes too. I was saying the other day, you have to surrender to the way that things are. There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Pierre is not going to call Mark Carney out for not caring about white men, white Canadian men, or white people in general, for some reasons that I'll explain in a second. He needs the votes. Like, the politicians literally hate you in Canada. Not for you people in the comment section. I know there's going to be a lot of the traditional conservatives, the feminist traditional conservative men and women in the comment section saying the politicians are supposed to serve us. That's the way it should be. It's not the way that it is, nor that it is ever going to be again. You serve the state does not serve you. Get used to it, because it's going to be a long ride if you don't get used to that and just surrender to the way that things are. Now, you know what's interesting? Side note. People were commenting the other day, Trav, you make a lot of great points. You should be a politician. You should run for leadership, to be an MP, to have a say. And I was having a good laugh about this with one of my good friends. He's a regular in the NHL. And we're obviously both laughing because, I mean, I say so much wild shit in these videos. If I ever became a politician, or let's just say I was the leader of the Conservatives, the Liberals, and it would never happen, but let's just pretend, use our imagination. Like the same way we're going to imaginarily rack up $80 billion deficits to stimulate the economy, let's use that level of imagination for what I'm about to illustrate to you. If I was the leader of the People's Party, the Liberals, the Conservative, NDP, Green Bloc, or insert whatever party you want, I have given them more shit in the start of this video to run a smear campaign on me for the next 6 months, let alone every other video that I post on this channel. Like, I would make it so easy for my opponent to just smear the shit out of me. And I could just see, Mr. Ridgen, CBC News would like to do an interview with you. Do you have a comment? Yes. Do you believe this? Yes. Is there anything we're not understanding? No. I said exactly what I meant, and this is exactly what I believe. It's exactly at face value. Okay, thank you for your time. Interview done. But point being, if I ran to be a politician and I started talking about, I don't want to replace Canadians, I want to fix the birth rates, and women need to get back to having kids, this endless having fun in your 20s, pissing away your youth, and then at 30, after racking up all the baggage and 200,000 miles in the odometer, settling for the cleanup guy, and then when you have the one, if you're generous, 2 kids, you come off the birth control and can't stand him, divorce him, take half of his shit, preferably all of it. The man has no wealth to have any more kids. She's off in Las Vegas or Cancun having the time of her life. I would like to fix all that. I'd also like to fix the cost of living. I'd like to fix the money printing. No more money printing. Oh, and by the way, Canadians, no more free shit. The welfare state is done. The endless handouts, no sir. All of the checks that you people are getting for doing absolutely nothing, done. There are no more checks. There will be no direct deposits. You will have to work to earn your keep. No more getting off the system by being scammed. Do you have any idea how quickly they would take me out? Think about that for a second. My friend, who is a regular in the National Hockey League, we were talking about this, and he said, yeah, I remember the first time I got out of line, and they put me back in line so fast. And I said, do you think McDavid or Crosby, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews, would be able to get away with it? And he said, nah, they'd get them back in line just as quick. Matter of fact, they'd probably give them the talk. So, for example, if I was a borderline fringe NHLer, just exile you. See you later. Hasta la vista, baby. Thanks for coming. Have a good day. If you're one of the big dogs, they will give them the talk. A little bit of a different situation, but that's just the way that it is. I would imagine the same thing in politics, but the reality is, like I mentioned earlier, politicians hate you. They don't serve you. You serve them, not the other way around. But at the same time, can you imagine being a politician? A Canadian politician, how miserable that would be. First off, if you're a liberal, basically, you have to say one thing and do another. I guess if you're going to be one of the conservatives, you could also do the same thing. You could say, I believe in whatever, I don't know, insert Pierre Poilievre, whatever leader they're going to have after they replace him soon. Absolute dumpster fire over there. But insert, these are the beliefs that we subscribe to. And then when Mark Carney and the boys slide that check across the table and say, come on, just come to the dark side. And you say, well, Mr. Carney, I'm an MP in Nunavut, and my kid is being charged for being a pedo, so I guess I'll take the check. Or maybe I'm an MP in Edmonton, and I've moved my family to Victoria to lay low for a little bit because I'm tall, handsome, humble, and sexy, and I don't want my wife to find out that I had side chicks because I was dishonest, and I wanted to hide it because I was sneaky. Here's a little check for you. Maybe you're one of the guys in Ontario, and the CCP is going to come after you and your family. Thanks for the check. Or the first one of them all. We all know exactly what I'm talking about. You're fat, shaped like a pear, shaped like a pumpkin, upside down, uppercase Q, bowling ball, Doug Ford shaped, and you got man boobs. And you wanted to be the speaker for the Conservative Party. And Pierre said, no, get your ass in shape. Get under 40% body fat, sir. And he said, give me the check. I'm coming to the dark side.